Welcome back as we continue with the Sunday's edition of Sports Live. In a tribute to the International Women's Day, Cricket South Africa and KFC joined forces in a spirited initiative which is aimed at galvanizing female participation in the sport. The spotlight shone brightly on the Mini Cricket Festival, an event that's not just about cricket, but a profound activity to empowering young women and nurturing their talents. Now, against the backdrop of Buhle Primary School, this promising activity has been exemplified by Buhle Vaphi, who is a young luminary and a South African under-19 international player who has represented the country, symbolizing the potential and promise for a brighter, more inclusive future in the world of cricket in South Africa.
I think it's massive when they see, Proteas women stars come out and you see them in person, and it makes you believe that it's possible for you as well. Because we're always young and we try and just be patient with the kids and help where we can and just enjoy it with them. Because we're still students of the game ourselves and we enjoy the game and we love it. So stuff like this is always very good for us, and I think just to be seen, and I think that's what makes it even better, because these girls know that it's possible. And it's always been lots of fun. I've seen kids thoroughly enjoy themselves, especially young girls. And I didn't always have access to that growing up, so to see other girls have that opportunity just makes me very happy, and I hope it's something that they can go from strength to strength.
I think it's a great opportunity for our children especially to get back into and get excited about mini cricket again. I think over the years, especially at our school, it's in a way kind of died down, and we're really wanting to activate that in our school again. So with this opportunity coming our way, we grabbed it, and I think more so for having our Buhle Vaphi, a representative of Buhle Primary, or a young one coming out of Buhle Primary School and reaching the heights of playing in the under-19 SA side. We're very proud of that, and we're using this opportunity to encourage our girls especially to get involved with mini cricket and just to become active with the game and to start enjoying what mini cricket has to offer our young girls and what cricket has to offer our young girls in terms of the sporting arena. For me, it's twofold. Our children get to enjoy the game, they get to just better their skills, their sporting skills, hand-eye coordination, bowling skills, batting skills, whatever you want to call it. It improves, but it also gives us an opportunity, this program especially, to engage our teachers and our coaches and take them to another level when it comes to this particular sport. So we've kind of taken hold of that and grabbed a hold of that opportunity to not only improve our learners but to improve our staff and our coaches as well.
Last year, when Cricket South Africa announced that we are now going fully professional when it comes to women's cricket, those are big news, and it is programs like these that able to make us want to push more as Cricket South Africa, want to make sure that we're creating more opportunities and greater platform for a girl child to also know that there is a space for you as a goal in cricket, whether it is in the field or off the field.
Into the heart of this story, where the program was commemorated on International Women's Day with a remarkable legacy which spans 41 years. KFC Mini Cricket has not only nurtured young talent, but has also shaped the future of women's cricket in profound ways. And of course, cultivating a pipeline that has seen numerous players rise to represent the Proteas on the international stage. So joining us is Cricket South Africa participating manager Buhle Vaphi and the KFC marketing manager Andra Nel. Thank you so much, ladies, for making time for us on Sports Live. I want to start with you, Buhle. For the Cricket South Africa participating manager, of course, are you able to then elaborate on just the significance of the mini cricket program, which helps in fostering the development of women's cricket in South Africa?
Thank you so much, Tony, for having us. So 41 years later, we're still here, we're still standing. Mini cricket remains, one of the special programs for us as Cricket South Africa, because it opens doors for each and every person, regardless where you come from, making sure that it's accessible to everyone really who wants to participate, whether you are a fan of cricket, whether you want to participate as an administrator or as a player. So it's been a really, amazing 41 years of mini cricket in the country, but also, we do remain committed as Cricket South Africa in our core values, making sure that cricket is accessible to each and every person who wants to participate. But mini cricket make sure that we are staying loyal and true to that vision.
Andra, I now want to bring you in here and maybe just for you to tell us how this partnership has been beneficial, in terms of KFC partnering with Cricket South Africa, especially when you look at that pivotal role of empowering women.
Absolutely. So KFC has committed to becoming the most inclusive QSR brand in the world. And what we want to make sure is that we don't just do that for our own people and our own staff, but that we also make sure that we uplift the communities that we operate in. We know that businesses can't succeed in communities that fail, and that's why we fundamentally believe that programs like KFC Mini Cricket is an incredible tool for us to make sure that each and every child has got access to opportunities for them to be their best selves. What we are also very keen on investing into is spaces where our children can get to see what the art of the possible is. Mini Cricket gives them the opportunity to participate without the boundaries of where they come from, what their household income is, what the gender parity is when they step across that field. It is the most incredible thing to see when those kids step over the boundary. They on no limits to what they can achieve, and that is why as KFC we're involved.
Absolutely. And Buhle, of course, it's great to talk about how the program has evolved over the past 41 years, in terms of promoting gender equality and inclusivity in the sport. How are you able to quantify this? How are you able to track these players and make sure that they really remain and, in the program and make sure that they do go on to do great things? If it's not playing for the Proteas, that they also are contributing, whether it is on the technical side of things or even admin. How are you able to do that?
So, Claudia, I just want to touch a bit on the return on the investment since the past 16 years when KFC has been involved. You look at the likes of your Gemma Botha, they were spotted at a KFC Mini Cricket Festival, and now they are representing the country. You look at your likes of Ntando Zuma, who played at the under-19 recent World Cup that we hosted. He comes from the program. So it's we are starting to see, a lot of players that we have managed to sustain and make sure that we retain in the program. When KFC started, we're sitting just under 82,000 kids, but now we are sitting on 126 kids. And we do understand that not all of these kids are going to go out and play for the Proteas, but these are the future leaders of the game. These are the future fans of the game. So that's how we quantify the impact of the program. But also just want to bring it close home. We know that our emerging team is currently representing us in the All Africa Games, and half of that squad, they come from the KFC Mini Cricket program. We have tons of administrators within Cricket South Africa and inaffiliated members that did not make it as cricketers, but they are fluent administrators today. So that's really how we unpack the value and see the importance of this program within our structures at Cricket South Africa.
And of course, Andra, we always speak about, how it is so important for us to make sure that talent is recognized from whatever part of the country that these young players may be from, whether it is in the rural areas, in the townships, even in the suburban areas. How are you making sure, most importantly, that you are going to those far out areas, in the rurals and the townships, and making sure that talent is spotted and that talent, of course, is nurtured from those areas?
So through our partnership with Cricket South Africa, we want to make sure that we continue to grow this program as far as we possibly can. We know that this is, for many kids, the only form of organized sport that they've got access to. And that would then be the same for all of the girls that participate in the program. So we are committed to this partnership, and we couldn't be more thrilled to partner with Cricket South Africa as we expand. But what we're seeing in a lot of those remote communities that you mentioned is that it's not just upliftment from a skills perspective that kids are getting the benefit of. We're also seeing more cohesive communities, that this is facilitating inclusion in communities where traditionally potentially girls were not given equal opportunities to boys. We're also seeing that there are lower rates of teenage pregnancies in those communities. We're seeing that girls have got a safe place to go in the afternoons. So yes, absolutely, we are committed to making sure that we get the absolute best talent out of that. But we also want to make sure that this program becomes an accelerator to the vast female potential that we know exists in this country.
Buhle, so in what ways has now this program contributed to the growth of female participation? You know, and also in that, I want to speak not only to the players, but when we look at the technical staff that is brought onto the program, because yes, it's well and good to have all of these youngsters participating in the mini cricket program, but do we have the expertise that is really going to nurture their skill and talent and make sure that at some point they do compete on the international stages?
Definitely, Prodi. I myself am proof that, Cricket South Africa is really invested in making sure that, we accelerate the growth of women in the space. Historically, cricket was known to be for boys, not for girls. But now, even on Friday, Prodi, the first domestic game of women's was broadcasted live. And for me, that just speaks volume. Last year, Cricket South Africa announced that when it comes to domestic cricket, where women are concerned, we are going fully domestic. Before, the announcement, we were able to contract only 6 players, but now 11 players are able to focus on their cricketing journey without having to worry about, worrying about finding a job and then making sure that you still make it for practice and giving the same energy towards your cricketing career. So it's been really phenomenal. And you look even within our structures at Cricket South Africa, we've got women now in exco level. You look at the board, we do have representation. So it has been really an amazing journey. And we are really looking forward to the next few years to come to see really what is it that we can unpack.
Yeah, huge strides have been made. A lot of us can attest to that. Maybe as we wrap things up, because I know we are running out of time, Andra, let me just bring you in here. I want us to talk about now the brand image and the community engagement that really you have found from the mini cricket program that has, of course, translated into Cricket South Africa. Maybe just paint a picture for us in terms of that.
Well, we know that from this program, we're not just getting the future Proteas players and the World Cup winners of the future, but we will also be getting the doctors, the professors, the scientists, the policewomen. We're also going to get potentially our future female president from this program. So from a community engagement perspective, what we're seeing is that the mini cricket program has an unparalleled ability to bring people together. And is an incredible example of how women are for women. More than 60% of the more than 14,000 volunteer coaches we've got in this program are women. They're women that see the value of this program in their communities, that are volunteers. That's the other thing that I think is maybe one of the best kept secrets around this program. It's the largest volunteer program in this country because people are seeing the benefit of communities coming together to play a sport, but it facilitating so much more for children and the communities that they operate in. Not only does this become a beacon of hope for the girls that see the equal playing fields and what they can achieve when that is provided to them, but it also into communities when they can get together and support these girls to achieve the best that they possibly can. So from a brand perspective, this is exactly where we want to be. We want to be investing into the communities that we operate in, and we want to make sure that we're part of the incredible success story that is going to come out of this program in future.
All right. I need to thank the Cricket South Africa participating manager, Buhle Vaphi, and the KFC marketing manager, Andra Nel. Truly a great discussion when you look at where cricket is headed in this country, and especially when you look at female inclusion and what it's really done for our national team and really the successes of the Proteas.